What is up, everybody? It's the Inhuman one here with part 2 of the Conan Exiles Cannibal build playthrough. In last stream, we were able to, after an hour and a half, finally farm a severed arm and severed legs so that we could use them as our primary weapons. Obviously, the ultimate weapon we'd like for this build is none other than the dead leg that can be obtained from a scroll from the esoteric library of the Archivist, but that has a lot of RNG involved, and that may or may not be possible to do. So what we're looking to do is try and find a more viable build in the meantime that's going to allow us to RP the Cannibal. And so after an hour and a half, we did have to call it quits, just because I didn't realize it was going to take such a long period of time to get the weapons. The harvest rates and drop rates for the severed arms and legs were just a lot longer than I had anticipated. But what we can do now is we have a handful of items here. We're going to go ahead and sort by heaviest, just so I understand what all I have. Okay, we got some good heals, we got some good weapons, our tools are in decent shape as well. I think it's time to go ahead and head to our final base. 1 second, my screen's going crazy. Okay, so we're going to head over to our final base, or the area that we will be kind of making our mother base. Damn it, got me good. Why am I punching?
I will feast upon
I have
you.
a hand in my hands. That was so weird. Okay, that threw me off. Alright, bro, I am about tired of getting staggered. There you go.
Take me.
And we're going to try and go ahead and harvest if we can. We'll drop whatever we don't need. We're heading straight towards Sepamaru, so let's see here. Can I get some more severed pieces? It doesn't seem like I did, and that's fine. It's not a big deal. Not yet. It will be when the durability of our weapons becomes an issue, but for now we have 1 severed arm and 2 severed legs. That should last us a good while. Let's go ahead and top off our water as well, and then we're going to head, well, what we can end up doing is eating some flesh, but we'll head over to Sepamaru, our little oasis over there, which is one of my favorite areas because of just the vast amount of resources that are near to it. And he's dead. Okay, perfect. And the Darfari set does increase your strength, which we'll be needing. Last stream I picked up the feat to make Darfari weapons, so we should be good there. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna head this way. Man, I've been playing Dark Souls way too much. Alright, we're gonna come over here. This is my little spot that I usually go to. I'm gonna wait for my stamina to regenerate because we're gonna make a pretty long little trek. Pretty long trek over here. And this is my little path to bypass this Darfari camp. They'll start noticing me before long. So what I want to do is get down and come across this pathway here, that across the steps. And yeah, we'll be chased by a few, but if we head this way, we'll be in much better shape than if we try to go up the very, very steep left path. So we'll just come around this way. We'll let our stamina regenerate ever so slowly. I didn't increase any of my grids or anything like that, so it's very possible we're going to have this slow regeneration, but I am going to start dropping some stuff, and we're going to switch over our armors before long. I think the best would probably be to wear some, Darfari, or maybe even some, like, hyena type armor. That's anything that looks kind of savage and just very primal, because we are going to be witch doctors. Not witch doctors, cannibals. So in this cannibal build, we're just really trying to RP that as much as possible. But we're safe now. No threats are coming after us anymore at this point. We have 2 full water skins, and there's really no need to pick up these resources just yet. We're gonna go around the outside of the unnamed city So we're going to come up this way here. And we're going to head to this oasis area right here and find a nice little spot. It's one of my favorite spots to set up permanent bases at in this game. I have not actually ventured or placed a home base. Look at all these branches, yummy. On the eastern side at all. And the center is just not really ideal. There's some really beautiful areas up in the northeast side of the map. Over by the Chaos Mouth altar and all that. And just northeast of it that are just amazing. But again, I think the resources that you can get in this area and its proximity to dungeons and other high level things is just so much better. So I just typically like my little trek to Sepamaru. And if we end up, I don't know if we'll do this because we're not going to be playing, like we'll end up beating this, completing this file relatively quickly. It won't be a permanent type file, right? So I don't know if I'll do a map rune and all that. I don't know if it'll be necessary. But we're going to have to level up quite a bit and definitely stat up and make sure our attributes are where they need to be. So now from here, there's actually after we pass this big one area right here, between those two mountains, there's going to be a nice little open area that the ghost fence is not protecting or blocking. And look at all this iron. Iron. Alright, so we have all this yummy resources here, but we don't even have to go this far. Matter of fact, the little ridge that I like to post up on is going to have all the iron and stone deposits and even some coal as well. So we're going to come through this ridge right here, something of a valley. And what we'll be coming up on is the city of Sepamaru. So we're sprinting through right now, and we'll take a look at our attributes as we continue leveling up. It looks like we're just on the verge of leveling up once again, so we'll get some more attribute points. I want to pump up my encumbrance a little bit, and then of course we're going to go straight for the damage. But encumbrance is really big because, man, I haven't been this low level in a while, so picking up a few twigs and some insects, and before you know it, you're over encumbered. So it's like, wow, I don't like that. Now this armor is heavy, but it does give us something of a encumbrance bonus as well. But we're not going to be wearing this armor for long, so I just wanted to continue wearing it because if I take it off for some reason and then I lose the encumbrance bonus, now we can't carry what we even have on us. So I don't want that to happen. So we'll come in here. Perfect. So we should be making it to Sepamaru, City of the Relic Hunters. As if on cue. Excellent. We gained a whole nother level and some. We visited Sepamaru, which is a journey step as well. And that's fun because it's actually a very cool area. You can actually find Conan here as well. And Rosma. Rosma is at first, the unknown or the mysterious lady that Conan saves in the introductory sequence. So we'll be looking like all these guys are pretty decent. There's all kinds of fighters, smelters, taskmasters and things like that, alchemists even. But normally what I do is I go over here to this area. And it's a great area to, if you need to top off your water skins, to go ahead and do that. There's chests just about everywhere as well, but we'll go over that in a minute. At this point, what's she doing? At this point, what we need to do is just head over through the west wall area, and then we're going to start making our base. There's only one hazard near the base that I enjoy, that I really favor over all others, and it's a jaguar. But the jaguar is not going to be too big a deal because it can't climb. It does get smart sometimes and it can go around this really long path, but we're going to hope that it doesn't do that this time. One of my goals today will be to set up the permanent base and also a Wheel of Pain so we can capture one of our first thralls. That will be huge for us. The jaguar should be right there. So we're going to avoid it. We're going to go back this path over here. And I'm going to set a bedroll just in case I die. Because if I were to die with, if I were to die and I'd have to make that journey all over again, and naked, of course, and that's not something that I feel like doing. So let's go ahead and set up our little bedroll here. Let's put it out of the way. This, of course, will replace the position of the last bedroll and destroy it, so that, which is fine. So we're going to come out here from the outside. We're really close to a legendary weapon area that we can farm to that's really easy, so we're just going to be in great shape now. Alright, so let's start farming some stones. This is the grind portion of this stream. We're going to definitely get a nice little base here with our all of our stones and whatever else we're needing, so that we can go ahead and make our structure. It'll be a very horizontal structure, I guess. We don't need to make it perfect initially, but we can always expand upon it. I think for this cannibal build, some of the most important workbenches would be like a tinker's bench, possibly a blacksmith bench, and then a bunch of, I'd say the preservation boxes would be pretty important, because we're going to be holding a lot of flesh on us, so we don't want that going bad. Matter of fact, let's have a few pieces right now. Now we're sated. Human flesh is going to be our fuel, because we are cannibals. Now we can also cook the flesh, and cooked human flesh will give us even better benefits. So we will start doing that here at our permanent base when we make a bonfire. But we do have the perk that allows us to eat raw flesh without getting food poisoning, which is great. Alright. So we'll make our little base. The only thing that I may need to do is chop down some trees, so I can make a chest really quickly as well. Because I don't have any wood on me. Because again, it was too heavy. Alright, let me go. I need like 100 wood, I think. Or maybe 200 actually. Let's hope that this guy doesn't aggro. Okay. Trying to get as much wood as possible, but also just watch the jaguar, make sure I don't get attacked by that fool. And now we're over encumbered, so now it's moving. Our movement speed is really important. So yeah, encumbrance is definitely going to be one of the things we try and improve. But we'll do that here in a moment once we get the rest of this wood. We'll make a quick chest. I don't know how long those little loot boxes last, but hopefully longer than just a few seconds. Because I picked up all those rocks, and it would be a shame. Oh. Oh, of course. And I don't have any stone. Lovely. Let's go pick it up. We're going to be walking around over encumbered for a little bit then, it seems. And let's just hope that our little loot box is still there. I'm going to fill up our stamina. It's really slow right now, which is not fun. But we'll be making some progress here on our build before long. The key is that we have our weapons, which are the severed arms and severed legs. And we'll start wearing some of this Darfari armor as well. Let's see. It's still there. Our loot is still there. We'll repair our stone hatchet. I think I'm going to need some twine as well, which is unfortunate because I need to go and grab some. 12 twine. So you can never have enough twine in this phase. Let's level up and see if we can boost our encumbrance. Oops. We'll still be over encumbered, sure, but even if it's just a little less, it's never a bad thing. I'm going to grab the plant fiber that I can right now, and then what I'll end up doing is making the twine after I build some of these floor pieces and wall pieces for our new structure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from this area and come back, and then that'll be our opportunity to come back. The only thing I fear right now is a sandstorm, but if we die, we'll be really close. Because we have our bedroll right there, which is the key for us putting it up so early. Always place a bedroll down. That is one of the most important things you can do in this game, especially if you're new. But alright, we won't be running around over encumbered much. This is just kind of a necessary phase so we can just stock up on our stones and wood so we can start making some structures. So now we can begin that already, immediately. So we'll make some foundation. Sure, we'll do that. We'll do 4. So 1, 2. Well, we need, 6 is going to be just the minimum, right? In my opinion. So we'll go ahead and do that many. Let's see where it put them. Right here for us. That's fine. We can always start a new build if needed. A new structure. This is kind of something of a temporary structure, and that's fine. Uh-oh. The winds are picking up. Okay. I was just taking a look at my items there. Let's go ahead and pick up our bedroll. We'll at least put it on our little patch of dirt here. Alright. Now, it would be nice to be able to make as much twine as possible, so we can make 14 twine, which is great, and then I can probably make a box, which I'll be doing as well. So once the twine is made, I think I only need about 5 or so. I should be able to craft a box. A nice little storage box. Craft 1. Excellent. So it takes 12 twine. So again, it takes a lot of twine to be able to build a storage box, but that's fine. Alright, so now we have a storage box which has taken its little spot in our Hot Wheel here. So there you go. We have something of a little mini structure. So let's put some of these things up here. And I'm not going to really need the stone daggers much because we're going to try and really change that up a little bit. We're going to use weapons that are very focused on like a cannibal type build. So that's what we're doing here. I still feel so heavy for some reason. Guess those potions weigh us down a lot. Is that my second severed leg? I guess I wouldn't need 2 on me. Alright, perfect. So now what we can do, bonus strength, and then we can put our little medium tacit over here as well, just for a rainy day. See, this does cause bleed. Bone weapons cause bleed, but you know what? I think we're just going to keep those on us for now, just in case we need them for later, just for a rainy day. Alright, cool. Much better. So now, I just like to tag the bedroll just to let it know I'm still here, you know? Alright, so there's plenty of stones, plenty of wood we can get. We're going to need a lot more stone. So let's start up from here because I'd hate to have to make that climb again. And that will allow us to just make our way and finish up, you know, maybe the walls around our little structure here. Right down on that ridge there that I was looking at, there should be a legendary, well, a Sand Reaper Hive Queen, I believe. And they are fun to fight because they have an excellent moveset that's very easy to dodge even at a low level. So as long as you stay out of the way, you can actually defeat it relatively easily with a bleed type weapon. And because bleed is so overpowered in this game. And once you're able to do that, then you get access to your legendary weapon. Now I don't think there are any legendary weapons that really fit our purpose here. But it's fine to break them down, and there's nothing wrong with breaking them down for some high-level materials, whether that be star metal or something like that we can use for tools. Our tools can definitely be, you know, that of star metal. It would be nice, actually, if we can go ahead and at some point head over to, I think it's Black Blood, and the Black Blood tools are fantastic, so... Let me just grab this other rock right here. This will be like 200 stone. I don't want to be running around over encumbered so much, so let's see if we can make some walls as well. Ooh, I may not have enough wood. Okay. Did I drop it? There you go. I put it in the storage, so that's fine. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make some walls here. I'm going to need at least 8. Oh, or not, actually, because that's fine. We'll do this. Outer face, outer face. Oh gosh, I almost misplaced that one. Okay, perfect. Let's see if we can make 2 more, and then we'll make a structure that's kind of like a, yeah, this door frame here. So 1, and then 2, 3. I like it. You're getting real fancy with this now. Perfect. It even has windows. Okay, so now we're in a lot better shape here. I don't know if I have enough to make a door, but let's double check and see. I do. 5 twine and 1 wood. It's like an instantly built item, which is great. And look, now we have a little door. Nice. Okay, perfect. So we can put these resources aside for now. The next thing we're probably going to want to do is get some furnaces going. So we'll start crafting those items as well. There's going to be a little bit of farming in this session, but we need to have something of a little permanent base here. So I want to make sure we have what we need. No stone. Of course I don't have stone. I just put it all away. That's fine. So let's go down here, grab some more stone. Again, this is something sort of like the grind portion of this stream. There'll be a lot of grinding while we're preparing to make our final base and then go out and start getting some of those artifacts. The major thing I'd like to do today is, of course, work towards our first thrall. And I'll show you a nice little tip that I love doing. Or at least that I did on the first playthrough, which was just really awesome. Lucked up upon something and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Made me fall in love with the game instantly. But yeah, there's going to be a really great tool we can use to help us get thralls even this early on. So we're going to be using that here before long. We won't need to rely on the the worthless you know, fiber truncheons or anything like that. Even the stone truncheons, the only ones that are even close are possibly the steel in terms of quality, but we won't even have to be fooling around with that. I think it requires about 500 stone so to make one furnace. And we're going to need some iron anyway, so let's see if we can go ahead and put this up for now while we go farm the rest. I want to have as much capacity to carry rocks and things as much as possible. Of course, we have iron there too, which is great. We'll pick some iron up along the way as well. But yeah, let's break some of these boulders. These are giant, giant, giant stones. And we'll have this just in case the jaguar comes and sees us. It shouldn't, not from this far, but you never know. But if we can get some of those black blood tools, that would be perfect for this build. As opposed to star metal. It would make a lot of sense to have a cannibal using star metal. Alright, let's get some of this stone here as much as possible. We're breaking all these boulders. We've got some increased strength bonuses as well because of this armor, which is great. I'm going to chop down these trees as well, because I'm just in that kind of mood. And we'll just keep an eye on the weapon or the tool durability. That way if we need to replace it, we can do it in no time. It takes 4 wax for these, I'm sorry, 5 I guess for these big pieces. I think I messed up. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's just 4. I guess I missed. I was like, there's no way. So it takes 4 hits for the big stones, and then it takes about 3 for the smaller ones. So about half durability there, so we're still okay. We don't need to replace it yet. We should be able to get through most of these other stones as well. So just give it a few whacks. We're getting closer and closer to the requirements we need to get a furnace, which I believe is 500 stone, which is quite a bit if you think about it. What's our dirt? Okay, we're 87% weight. %. Just about capped out. 93%. Alright. We'll repair that on our way up. Again, this is our grind session. All we're trying to do is have something of a permanent base here so that we can come back to this area as we're just journeying across the exiled lands as our cannibal build. So let's see, what would it take for me to build that? I don't even think that's part of my standard builds just yet. So let's see here. We need to go to attributes. We don't have any unspent attribute points, which is fine. Not a big deal there. So what we're going to do is look at our feats. And we have plenty of available points here. We can start looking at what we need, because bonfires will definitely be one thing we're going to need. We're also going to need the Wheels of Pain. And then aside from that, I think it'd be important to have the items I just mentioned, like a furnace and also a shield. So let's see. These are just sort of the basic weapons here. I don't really need any of these. So we're going to go over to, whoops, this over here. Let's see. All I need is a furnace, which I don't remember exactly where that's at. This is all the masonry type stuff. There it is. Perfect. So now we have the furnace. And we still have 28 points to spend, which is great. At some point, we're also going to need the alchemy bench and a preservation box, which is going to take that star metal that I was talking about. So we'll work towards that. There's no need to unlock that just yet. I would like a tinker's bench too. That's going to be level 12, and then it requires us to make all that stuff. Okay, we'll definitely need to do that then, because the tinker's bench is going to allow us to make these items that can give us additional damage. Yep, I think we're going to be good. Just, where's my shield? Defender. I need a bone shield, so that's going to be perfect. There you go. And when I unlock the epic stuff. Darfari Watcher Mask, blah, blah, blah. It's level 20. So at level 20, I'll be able to start crafting this stuff again and repairing it. In the meantime, we're going to have to start killing people for it. And that happens. Happens a lot. Alright, great. I like what we have so far. So, let's see. What does it take to make a furnace? 500 stone. I was correct. Alright, let's go ahead and put the rest of this stone up. Some wood. Perfect. Okay. We're clearing out our resources over here. There is a jaguar right down this ridge, so I gotta be very careful. Once we make our furnace, the next thing to do will be to the next thing we do will be to make a wheel of pain. Why? Bad idea. Bad move. Take that. I don't like to lock on to these creatures because they move like crazy, so. Can you lunge at me again? That'll work. Hey, that's even better. That's the attack I wanted. Ow, my back. Alright, this should be it. For our little cat friend. Whew. Got it. And that gave us a lot of heals too, because I mean a lot of experience, because it's a pretty strong enemy this early on in the game, to be honest. Our water skins are full. Just kind of top off with some water here. There's plenty of shalebacks there, which we'll end up probably having to farm for our thrall, of course. But in the meantime, let's keep farming some plant fiber and getting some wood and stuff like that. Pick up all these rocks here as well. I don't know how quickly the jaguar will respawn. I think my respawn rates are slightly different from the norm on my normal, or the only other playthrough I've ever done, which is like my 100% playthrough. If there's such a thing. There's so much in this game. It's definitely an attempt. There's so many things in this game, so many amazing little secrets that you can find just by getting curious one day and just venturing off. Going into a cave, you know, going underwater, so many cool things. Alright, we're getting close to our 500, which is great. We'll pick up some of this iron here before long too. That'll be important because I do believe that the thrall or the wheel of pain requires some iron. Maybe iron spikes or something like that. I forget exactly what they're called. Alright, let's go up here. That should be enough. Go ahead and make our furnace. Place it right out back. And then we'll start throwing some iron into it. iron ore. Weighs 25 pounds. It was massive. Okay. Is that centered enough? All right. I think I had some additional wood in here as well. We can go ahead and pick up and make some of the rest of our ceilings. And then our little structure is going to be done for now. And then it's time to get a thrall. Good thing at this level we'll gain levels pretty much by crafting and doing anything, which is great. It's fine. We've got a sunroof. That's what that is. All right, you can go in there. I can always pick up more branches. And seeds can go away. Okay. I think we're pretty good for now. What we'll do is grab some of this iron ore and then come back up. Of course, I put away all my stone. Let's break this little stone here for repair purposes. We'll fix up our stone hatchet. Perfect. Already done. So we won't grab a ton of iron because we're not using the best tool, but it's going to be better than nothing. We'll still pick up a lot of stone in the meantime, unfortunately, but that's okay. As we begin improving our tools, we're going to have a much better chance of getting more and more materials whenever we harvest nodes. But this will be a great start, to be honest. And this is a great source of fuel. Coal is probably the best fuel you can use, as opposed to just wood or anything like that. I think that coal is absolutely the best. It gives you the most bang for your buck. Burns for the longest period of time, and it's gonna we're gonna pick up some wood too because I want to make a bonfire, or that's a little. I guess it'd be a bonfire, not much of a bonfire, just a little cooking station. I forget what they call them. There you go, perfect. We'll go ahead and repair that while we're climbing up this wall, so we can kill two birds with one stone. Alright, so we can have a little fire right in here in the middle. Forget what it's called though, for whatever reason. A campfire, duh. That's what I was trying to talk about. That's what I was referring to. Excellent, okay. So what we can do is we can actually cook up some of this human flesh here. We'll split this and can use that as fuel. And we'll start cooking that up. We'll go out to the back and we're going to put the rest of this iron ore in here. And we'll put some coal. That'll be our fuel. Perfect. So now we're going to make a ton of iron, about 44 pieces of iron bars, which is great. Alright, now we're making some progress. I like it. Just drop that. I don't know if I can eat that. That probably will hurt me too at this point. And I'd probably like to make a bedroll. And what do I need for that? Can't believe I forgot already. Branch, twine, and a plant. Okay, I'll make 2 of those. Alright, great. I am liking where we're at right now. Let's go ahead and equip this. We're going to need to figure out what we need to make the Wheel of Pain, and then we'll go place that down as well. So the Wheel of Pain requires 200 wood, 200 stone, 50 iron, and 50 twine. So we're going to need to do some farming here. I told you, this is the grind session right now. So there's a lot of plant fiber there that we can use to make our twine. So we're going to go out from the very furthest reaches from our base, and we're going to pick up all this plant fiber on the way there. We're going to need to make a Wheel of Pain so we can get a thrall or two. We're going to want some cannibal brutes, and that's just because that's what we're doing here. Normally I would like to probably have like a Relic Hunter Slave Taker 3 and then go get a Sumerian Berserker and just start doing some work, but we're going to have to use cannibal brutes because that's just the build we're doing right now. We are cannibals after all. We got to stick with our kind. We're trying to make everybody cannibals. Well, maybe not, because if everybody's a cannibal, then that means we could be somebody's food too. Uh-oh. I didn't think that one through. So 50 twine. Like I said, at this point, you can't have enough twine. Every time you have plant fiber, if you have enough bandages or healing wraps, go ahead and just craft some twine because you're going to need it. Nearly everything you're crafting at this level will require some amount of twine, so I think it's just best to go ahead and stock up on it. We'll be using all of this anyways. The 50 twine, that's going to take up this, and then maybe some more, because this is probably the highest concentration of plant fiber in this area, to be honest. There are some other patches here near the oasis that we can pick up, but this is actually, believe it or not, where the most plant fiber can be found in this area. And it's good. I mean, it's 100 plus already. We're just picking up some plant fiber right now. And, okay. Perfect. Missed some little bushes here. Excellent, okay. So now what we can do is we can craft some of these. Make 53 of them, so there you go. There's our 50 right there. And then we're going to need a little bit more stone. At some point, I can only imagine the jaguar's going to respawn. But I don't know when. How are we looking over here? We're going to need some more iron as well. Let's make sure that thing didn't come back yet. I hate that damn jaguar. He always was. If he gets smart, he'll run up all the way to the side, and then he can actually get me, and he's done it before. He usually get a free shot in before I finish him off. We'll get some more coal so we can fuel our furnace. And then we're going to go grab that iron ore that's right next to the cliff. Right over here. Look at all that beautiful iron. Iron ore. So like I told you, this area is fantastic. It's got all the basic resources you're going to need. You're really close to a dungeon that has black ice, or you could make a trek up north. A little bit of a far trek, I would say, but the dungeon that's right next door has black ice reserves and deposits for us, or nodes. So that's just a great spot to farm. And it's a dungeon that you can actually get some pretty decent loot in as well. One of my favorites, the Warmaker Clails dungeon. I love it. Get some of the best armor and like the armor recipes and all that. So it's a great spot if you're going for that type of build. But unfortunately for this build, we're probably going to just need to have some hyena type fur at some point that we can probably get from the den instead of having to make it. Because I forget exactly where you find that armor. So We're not gonna mess around with that too much. Is that my fuel? Did I place the fuel correctly? Yes. Okay, I forgot what it looked like. Okay, that just looked funny to me. Okay, so we got that, and then we have more stones, so gonna need another 200 stones and 200 wood. So we're actually pretty close on the wood. The twine is right there. Good. So we're looking really good, actually. I like this. Doing pretty great. Great start. Definitely going to need to have a thrall because there's going to be some areas that are being pretty tough. So I want to make sure that because we're not going for max level, max everything, I'm not going to be... This is something of a temporary file where we'll be doing what we can and trying to accomplish everything and beat the game with this build. I want to just make sure I have a really good foundation, so... We're just chopping this wood down. Chopping these trees down, gathering some wood. There's our 200 wood right there, but it's always good to have some additional just in case. We don't have to keep coming back. Just in case we need something else. Man, those things don't last at all, huh? Our torches don't last. Now, one thing I've been trying to farm in my main file is I think it's the last breath of the Red Mother, or Red Mother's last breath, or something like that. Ooh, I can't wait to get that. But it is a very rare drop. I've beat her a number of times, and it's still really tough to get for some reason. All right, so we should have our 200 wood. We need some more stones though now. So we're having to venture further and further for the stones at this point. There's some right there. I think we cleared all these. So we'll try and get these over here by this. It's not a dangerous area or anything, but it's, you got to be careful, that's for sure. If you don't want to aggro any of those sand reapers, unless you want the company. Oh gosh. And they are feisty at this level. We'll go ahead and repair our stone hatchet. While that's repairing itself, we'll position ourselves and get ready to get as many of these stones as possible. I love this game. Therapeutic farming and grinding. It doesn't ever feel like a chore either. It feels like every time you're doing something, like the material requirements, all it just makes sense. I don't know, it just feels so good when you actually put it all together. It's very windy. I hope that's not a sandstorm. Nah, just a windy night. My torch should be dying any second now. We'll definitely need to get some plant fiber to replace it. Or to repair it. Just in case we get in a spot that is not well lit. Come here, you little... Okay, there you go, little bastard. He was hiding under his big brother. Alright, and we'll get this one. That should be over 200. No, like special nodes like that for coal and all that, you typically have like 6 or 7 hits. And then star metal is like a bunch of hits. So those rarer nodes have a lot more resources you can harvest from them, so you have more chances to bust through them. All right, let's see. So we got this 200 stones. We'll go put the coal over here. More fuel for you, sir. We've got plenty of iron, so we have everything we need at this point to make it. Okay. So let's do... Whoops. Let's grab this. Our 200 stones. 200 wood, and we also need the twine. Let's get out here. I can't see donk. Alright. So let's go ahead and see if we can make this. I think all I need is the iron bars. I don't believe I need more than that. Yeah, see? There you go. Perfect. We can craft one. It's probably going to weigh 25 pounds, if not 10. It's either 10 or 25 pounds that everything weighs. So while all that's being crafted up, what we're going to end up doing is heading towards the summoning place. But before we stop there, we're going to make a quick stop in Sepamaru and say hi to Zeth the Drunk. And it's done. Perfect. Nice. Very nice. And that's fully repaired now, so we can go ahead and throw our stones in here. All these seeds, we'll eat that. Throw the iron in there. Need some twine's always good. We don't need all of this. Ah, not what I meant to do. There. Okay, perfect. It weighs 10 pounds. Okay, not so bad. We can dig it. This is probably all spoiled now. I'm just kidding. Fortunately, it's not. So we have some cooked human flesh, which should be delicious. Very nice. We're sated and everything. Eat a filling meal. That's disgusting. So the jaguar's back. That's fun. See if we can avoid aggroing him. Hey. We'll go around this way. My weapon's the durability is, it's like halfway, I think. It's fine. A little bit more than half. It should last. I don't think we'll aggro the jaguar, which is great. So we'll just come through this way. Pick up some plant fibers along the way. Again, we'll probably need some twine. Just straight up. Just accept the fact you're going to need twine and plant fiber all the time. So if you're walking by it, just pick it up. Alright. Just wanted to replenish my water skin while I could. Nice. Okay, perfect. In my other file, I set up my Wheels of Pain actually right over here. I'll show you where it's at. Right in the middle of that little, I don't know what you want to call it, this little area here, the sandy area, in between where the land creatures are and the shale backs are. And it was a great spot because you could pull thralls, pull NPCs that you were going to make thralls from Sepamaru. And it was fantastic because it was just such close proximity to my base and an area where the thralls just kept coming and coming and coming. So it was fantastic to have it really set up so close. So I just had them right here, actually. Oh my gosh. Not very nice. Bro. There you go. Whew. Alright, so yeah, we're definitely at some point going to need to get to that Tinkerer's Bench as well, so that we can increase the damage of our weapons too. What's up, Melissa? Let's see here. Alright, so what we're going to do is, while we're heading here, we have our weapon that causes bleed, which is key. And we're going to go to the wine cellar. And this is where I normally get legendary truncheon. It's called Seth's Truncheon. And I get this weapon because... what happened to my game? Because it's going to be one of the best truncheons you can get at this game, and you can even wield it at such a low level. So I absolutely love Seth's Truncheon. It's super easy to get, and the best part of it is you can farm it relatively easily. And you get it after, I mean, I usually get it in about 3 tries. So this is the wine cellar dungeon in Sepamaru. If you come through here, there's really just going to be Seth to deal with unless you aggro another enemy from the next room. So if you can use a good bleed weapon, whether it be daggers or in this build, since we're using cannibal type weapons like severed arms, legs, and bone weapons, we're going to have to use our, I don't even know what they're called, the claws. I've never used these before. It is dark as hell in here, so let's just get our bearings. Ah, yes, okay. What are they called? Bone claws, yes. Makes sense. So we're going to use our bone claws, which I just, need to familiarize myself with the moveset. Okay, cool. We're going to be fine. The RT is what causes bleed. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to piss off Seth. We're going to kill Seth, and we're going to continue doing that until we get the weapon we want. Seth is incredibly strong. So what we're going to do is let him be all drunk and stuff. Chase the walls. Remember, you can't infinite... Oh, I'm dead. I was going to say, you can't infinitely farm... infinitely stagger enemies anymore since 2.5, so that is okay. But yeah, 1 hit, he'll kill you. He'll kill you in 1 hit. But fortunately, we can respawn right in the dungeon, which is great. Hopefully, yeah, he sees me. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Seth. Okay. He's gonna hit me again. No, he's not. Bro, you were like fast today. Where did my bone thingies go? What? I don't know where they. Well, they're in my menu. Okay. Oh my gosh. This is what we're gonna do then. We're gonna be smarter than the game. So we can just leave this dungeon, and when we leave it, even if say that we killed them right there, typically the respawn rate's gonna be what, like they come back every 5-10 minutes. Well, if we leave this dungeon and come right back in, if he was dead, he'd be back alive again. So he automatically respawns just by leaving and entering the dungeon again. So there's really no harm, no foul that I just left. I need to reposition myself, get my, for whatever reason, my bone claws did not go back to their weapon slot, which is weird. But we should be fine now. Okay, now what we'll do is we won't get greedy. We'll get in our stack up some bleed on him, and then we'll just let him swing around like a crazy man. And then eventually he'll die, and then we'll just see if he gives us the truncheon or not. And we're going to need this because as a cannibal, we're going to need some cannibal brutes on our side. So after we get Seth's truncheon, we're heading straight to place our Wheel of Pain by the summoner's place or palace. I forget what it's called. I don't like to lock on. What are you doing? This is the charge attack. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And he's fun. He's beating the hell out of those barrels right now. Oh gosh, don't turn around. Need to stack some more bleed on you. Can you do a more committed attack, please? Oh gosh. Dungeon yet again. 1 hit, and that was one of those hits where he was sort of like not locked on and then instantly locked on to me. That's always fun. But that's okay. Normally I use the dagger, so I've never actually used the bone claws before. But I gotta get used to them. I mean, this is the build. I don't know why it keeps putting these away. That's so strange. We'll pop an aloe potion real quick, and then we'll try again. Okay, 3 hits is the max I'm doing. As long as I stack the bleed, that's really all that matters, because our damage output's minimal. No! Okay, that was so scary. Especially since he's been so damn accurate with his truncheon strikes. Alright, you just stay over there, sir. Nope. Okay. Alright, we stacked up some bleed on him. Not sure what he's doing. I don't trust it. Two bleed. We're getting there. We're almost at 20. 5. I'm not gonna get greedy. Except right there. 2 hits at a time's fine. Back away, because that was a little bit too long of a pause for me. And he's dead. Perfect. Yeah, they're not really happy with your drunk self. Alright. He left us some steel, which is unfortunate. We need his truncheon. That's okay, though. We're going to go back out, rinse and repeat. And again, like I said, this was the grindy stream. We got to get everything we need in place. We have the severed arms and legs. Every time we defeat a human NPC, we need to continue harvesting them for a chance to get more arms and legs. And then we do need a good truncheon so we can get a nice thrall. I don't know how well cannibal brutes are, but as long as we stack up their health, that's really all we need. Someone that can take some of the aggro off us while we'll deal damage with the legs and arms. But this is going to be a healthy start. We got our base. We finally got some weapons. And all we need at this point is just to continue farming for this truncheon so we can continue making progress towards our ultimate goal, which is, of course, to collect the artifacts. And kick some butt. Alright, we're stacking this bleed like it ain't nothing. What is that? All these sound effects. Sounds like a choo-choo train. Uh-oh. Okay, that was scary. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I gotta get out of here. Gotta retreat. I can't fight 2 of them at once. I was... in my head, I was literally thinking, like, man, I'm getting really close to this other door. When I heard that other, that battle cry, I knew I was in trouble. No worries. This is not a race. This is a marathon. We will put together this build, and maybe we'll be able to develop faster ways to do it. Yesterday actually made me think about a few techniques that we could easily use to farm for the arms and legs, you know? And so I was thinking if I can put that together as a guide, it would be really nice for you guys to see how to create this build for yourselves. But we're going to go back in. Unfortunately, I aggroed an enemy. Enemy at the gate. Alright, so let's see. We can get Seth over here again. I don't do 3 attacks. Why are you doing 3 attacks? Alright, we'll keep him over here this time. Keep him over here. Nope. That was very scary. Those glancing blows are enough to finish me off, so... Run! Bone meal. That's our guy's name, by the way. Bone meal. Much better. I feel like we're doing much better this round. I need to regenerate some stamina here. Just let the bleed do its work. Perfect. Alright, what'd you drop for us, Seth? Ivory. Lovely. I'm gonna have to chop you up then, man. We talked about this. Gonna use bones to go ahead and repair that. Have a sip of our water, eat some human flesh, and then go back out. Come back in and farm Seth again. That's only 2 successful kills. We've been in that room about 4 or 5 times, but we've had some unfortunate occurrences. 2 deaths, and I think we aggroed one of the enemies from the other room. So at this level, there's absolutely no way I can defeat 2 enemies of that caliber. Seth alone is incredibly strong. So we're going to jump back in the wine cellar again. The wine cellar dungeon. And then we're going to kill Seth. We're going to keep farming him until we get his truncheon. Alright. So let's see. Let's see if we can make it as smooth as last time. We stacked up like 17 bleed. Our goal is to get to 20. Just cuz. And you missed. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Iframes, baby. Come on, Seth. You're gonna lose all the bleed I've stacked on you. That's gonna make me sad. Really? Well, he's gonna lose it because I'm rolling around and have no stamina. Get some of that bleed on you, sir. Uh-oh. That was way too close. Alright, he's moving in the strangest angles right now. And he really is drunk. Don't do 3 strikes. Why do you do 3 strikes? My character's getting greedy. There you go. 2 strikes is all we need. Live to survive another day. Because Seth will kill us in 1 hit. We'll regenerate our stamina, let the bleed do some of its own work for us. And that should finish him off. We've gained another level, because we're farming Seth pretty much, who's pretty strong, actually. We got some crystal, which is good, and some more steel, but we didn't get the truncheon just yet. So here we are back at square one. It's no big deal, though. We anticipated this. So let's go back out and return back to the wine cellar again, and we're going to keep farming him until we get Seth's truncheon. And we're doing this so that once we get the truncheon, we have a good weapon to knock out potential thralls. I have a wheel of pain on me already, so I'll be able to place that right next to the summoning place, and that's where we're going to farm a lot of our gear and a lot of stuff that we're going to be using for this cannibal build. So we'll need to farm cannibal brutes there, which there's always at least 2 guaranteed brutes. There's a witch doctor there, which I'd love to get the mask. That would be a great mask to have for this build. And of course, there's just going to be a pretty much near infinite amount of Darfari gear that we can use. So I will gladly farm that as much as I can. Let's get this blood stacked up. We dodged that, but narrowly. There you go. And 6. Let's see how high we can get. I'd like to get to 20, but he's a little too... Well, without the infinite stagger anymore, the stun lock, it definitely makes it a lot tougher. Especially at this level, you don't want to get hit once from him or you'll die. 11. Oh gosh. Sometimes he can hit you and graze you actually from a really strange angle, even if he's not completely facing you, and it'll ruin your day. Uh-oh, like that. Oh gosh. Please don't kill me. Sir? Sir. Okay. Oh, my tummy. Okay, he's dead. Please give me your truncheon. He didn't. He gave me some dye that I'll never use. We got some more human flesh and bones, though. Which I don't mind the bones, because that's repairing our bone claws. But again, this is a little grind. Earlier, we grinded for the materials we needed to make a 3x2 structure. And we got the storage box, the bedroll, and we also made a furnace because we needed some iron bars, knowing that we're going to have to make a wheel of pain. So we have the wheel of pain now. The final piece of the puzzle really is just getting the truncheon so that we can head over to the summoning place. But we should be fine. This is giving us all kinds of experience anyways, which is great. Matter of fact, I might want to go ahead and increase some of my attributes at this point. Encumbrance is just suffering, so let's just please do that. Alright. Perfect. Okay, so I'm happy with that for now. Strength has got to go all the way up to brutal strikes. Our vitality isn't too important actually, and grit really isn't that much either, because I don't see a lot of things that are going to help us in the long run. So we might just end up doing strength and encumbrance, and then survival. If we get that mask from the witch doctor, that's another 10 to survival, 10 free points, and I will definitely wear that mask. So. Alright, let's see if we can go over here. Say hi to our friend. That's how we say hi to Seth. You keep doing that attack. That's fine with me. He's really trying to pull that off. You just keep giving me your back. That's all I need. Uh-oh, okay. He never really faces me, it's so funny. Like, he's literally spinning around, so I think he is drunk. And got you at 15 bleed. 17 bleed, let's get you to 20. Nah, he's probably gonna die before I get to 20. Whoever that may be. I wonder who that is who's referring to. We didn't get it yet. We did not get it yet. Dang it. So we got some hide and some more bones. That's fine. Rinse and repeat. We return to the surface, then we're going to jump right back in the wine cellar. And again, all we're looking to do is get Seth's legendary truncheon so we can knock out some really tough enemies at this level anyways. Any named enemies or golden bar enemies like cannibal broods and things like that, they're going to be key for us to get and so that we can help, you know, increase our chances of survival too. So in and of itself, having a thrall is going to help us, our survivability and our chances of being able to get all the artifacts. Because another thing I'm kind of concerned about is the amount of like things like severed arms and severed legs I'm going to get. I only have 3 total. So when I start using my primary weapon more again, I'm going to have a replacement. And I don't think you can actually just replace parts. I think you have to just get new ones. The only one you can possibly replenish is probably the dead leg, which is a actual weapon you craft at a bench because you infuse a fragment of power with it. So that's a little different, you know. We'll keep dodging away. The key is to not stay locked on, because if you stay locked on, you're pretty much toast. I gotta get him over here because he's gonna aggro his little friends. Don't want that to happen. I think we got him at 12 bleed already. Not so bad. Gotta use these angles on him. Dropped the bleed off, unfortunately. Lost the effect because I didn't deal enough damage. I didn't keep it stacked on him. Alright. What are you doing, Seth? You're running against that barrel. Okay. 2 more hits there. Come on, bleed. Do your thing. Work your magic, please. And he's dead. Perfect. So we've got him down a few times already, but he's just not wanting to drop it at all. Hide and bones. More hide and bones. We'll drink some water. And we'll just come right back in. This is probably the most amount of times I've ever had to come into this room to farm one, because on my main file I have like 3 or 4 Seth's truncheons, and I gave them to my thralls as well, my favorite thralls. So we've probably killed him about 4 or 5 times. Usually it takes no more than 6 tries for me to get, you know, at least 1 or 2 truncheons. They have a pretty decent drop rate. But let's go back in, no worries. As soon as we get the truncheon, we'll head over to the summoning place, and we can place we'll place a temporary bedroll too, just in case we get caught by a sandstorm, but if not, we should be good. I have a nice little path I like to take there as well. Let's see if I remember. It has been over a month since I've played this game, but it should be fine. Uh-oh. He almost tagged me there. I think I aggroed the other guy too. Maybe not. I mean, I'm checking. Nope. We didn't aggro. Good. So let's kill Seth. He is a brawler. Alright, come on. Do your thing. He's got 11 bleed on him right now. Let's get 13. Alright, perfect. Let's get you to 15 bleed. Get you to 17. I think we'll finally get him to 20 this time. Nah, we won't, because we gotta regenerate our stamina. He died, though. Oh, he gave me a I think it's a falcon, right? A falcata. So we got this and this. Got some arrows. I'm not sure what kind they are. Steel arrows and razor arrows. They always look so similar to me. Falcata, yeah. Cool, but can't really use it in this build. More human flesh. Wait, it's gonna expire already? We'll go ahead and repair it. I forget how quickly, you know, items degrade in this without any kind of modifiers, you know. Seth is being stingy with the truncheon. I don't know if, for example, if update 2.5 changed any of the drop rates, but I feel like the severed arms and legs are really difficult to come by. Same goes for... There was another item that I was like, man, this is impossible to get now. But we'll see. If we don't get the truncheon here in like another few tries, I can only imagine they've modified the drop rates with 2.5. I only played the game probably 1 or 2 times after 2.5 dropped, and then I wasn't able to play as much anymore. Okay, let's equip our bone claws. Stab him in the back twice. Rinse and repeat. Alright. Pretty good start. We'll let some of our stamina regenerate so we can dodge around after that second strike, because sometimes when we're aiming to do a third strike, Seth will just turn around on us. Try and no-scope us with his truncheon. There you go. Oh gosh. I think Seth really got hurt there. Okay, so we got stone consolidant, breathing potions, things like that, and some hide. Can't really use that, unfortunately. I can't see anything. Okay. We gotta come right back in. I think what I'm gonna do on my next challenge build, it's not gonna be any thralls, probably no base either. Just go straight for it. Like, if it's something that you don't need to craft a bunch of items on, our base will be almost non-existent. Because for this build, I really don't think you need much of a base. I just didn't. I wasn't sure how long it was gonna take, and I knew that I figured I wanted to use thralls just because it'd be cool to have a cannibal brute. I've never used one before, so I thought, hey, I'll make a temporary kind of base. But I think that in the next runs, if I'm able to, aside from making something like just a general like bedroll type area that maybe has a workbench that I need specific to that build, I probably will not have an actual base, and I probably will not use thralls, because I noticed how long it's taken just to get the items we're needing. But again, like I said, it wasn't really like a speed run. This is just more so just having fun trying to figure it out and see if we can make it work, which so far it's working pretty nicely. It's just the RNG has been terrible for us. It took us an hour and 30 minutes to get the one severed arm yesterday, so we're not having much better luck with Seth's truncheon today. It's probably been a good 20-30 minutes. He is so angry. $20 bleed, we got it. He's still got another hit in. The bastard. Got some bear stuff, like bear fur, more dye, crystals. Man. And hide. We'll try it again. We'll keep trying until we get it. But yeah, I'm thinking just to keep it short and sweet and maybe more enjoyable, because there's gonna be grind. Like in a survival game, you're gonna have to have the grind unless I edit it out, and I'm not gonna do that, not in a stream. So I think it's maybe best if we try and find ways to minimize the grinding. And one of those ways is to definitely not have thralls, because thralls take a while. But since I've already set out to do it, I'm not gonna stop. Now, And besides, we will need to stop at the summoning place at any rate, so we can hopefully get one of those Witch Doctor masks, and so we can get some spare Darfari armor. We're going to need a full set anyways. But then after that, next stream we want to start going for some artifacts. We're going to really want to start focusing on that, because there's 6 artifacts we can get in game, and we're going to probably start with one of the easier ones, the Barrow King, or the King Underneath. Definitely want to get his. He's relatively easy to kill as long as we have some demon blood on us. And then probably go to the Witch Queen soon after. Then after the Witch Queen, it'd probably make most sense to go to like the Black Keep. And then from there, we might want to head over to the volcano, so we can get the Shining Trapezohedron. And then from there, we can pick up all the pieces along as we're traveling across the map. Pick up the rest of those pieces over, you know, for the Jagged Scourge Stone and all that stuff. And once we get those, I think we'd be in a much better position to then finally end off with getting the last piece, which would be the gosh, what is it? The item you get from the Undead Dragon. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. So what is that? That's Undead King, the Witch Mask, the Tear, the Shining Trapezohedron. All the while we'll be getting all those little stone fragments. And then, yeah, I think that makes sense. Makes plenty of sense to me. Let's get some more of this flesh in our system. Cooked flesh, that is. It actually does really good. It seems to have a really high like food rating, and also it sates our hunger, which is great. And it lasts a good while too, so that's awesome. It's really good. As long as you don't get sick, human flesh is delicious. And nutritious for our build. It's because we spec'd out survivability too, so. That's a different attack. I've never seen him do that before. Come on, Seth. Are you going to give me your truncheon or not? Come over here so you don't aggro your friends. Making all that ruckus. Alright. Got you at 20 bleed, that's good. And he's dead. So we gained like 2 levels just fighting Seth alone, and we're not even trying to farm Seth in that way. We're literally just trying to get his truncheon, but he wants to give us little stupid jars and pots and pans instead, so he will continue dying until he gives us what we need. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to keep just pumping points into strength and encumbrance. Strength's going to be super important to us because the severed arms and legs don't deal a bunch of damage, so definitely want to make sure that we have enough damage output to deal, to face off with some of the stronger enemies. Like I feel like the Undead Dragon is going to be one of the more difficult ones. I saved him for last for that reason. After in my main file, I've really got pretty efficient at facing off against the Red Mother and the Undead Dragon, but it took me a long time to get confident and comfortable fighting them. And once I did, after the first time, then I said, okay, I know the best way to fight these enemies. And Seth did not reappear for some reason. But anyways, I got comfortable defeating the Undead Dragon and Red Mother, and so I just started, farming or practicing the Red Mother because she's got a lot more drops. But her drop rate is terrible. More often than not, you just get the standard drops you get with any other hatchling. And of course you get a fragment of power, or like a legendary repair kit, things like that. But man, as hard as it is to kill her, you don't really get like the bow, or what I've been searching for, the torch. Because at this point I'm trying to get all legendary. I have all legendary weapons, but I want all legendary tools. So every tool I have, I want to have some sort of legendary piece to it. Aside from the pickaxe. The pickaxe is going to be the star metal pickaxe. They don't really have a legendary pickaxe that I've seen, at least in the exiled land. So there he is. Just walking backwards, of course, like a little weirdo. Ah! I missed. Okay, kept the bleed on him, that's good. Can't lose your stack. No! Okay, he almost hit me right in the face there. One hit and I'm dead, so just... That's why I get so scared when he's about to hit us. Okay, good. 13 bleed. Get you to 15 there, buddy. And the higher it stacks, of course, the more bleed damage it does. So I'm just trying to get it as high as possible. That's why I do the 2 strikes more often than not. But I just want to finish him off, and if we're gonna keep farming him, we gotta get pretty efficient. And he's dead. They are. Alright, what do you got for me? We finally got the truncheon. Holy Shinto. That took forever. Alright, so we got some human flesh and some hide and some bones in the process too, which is great. Alright, so now that we have the truncheon, let's get out of here. We should have an extra bedroll on us, because I did craft another one. So we're going to head over to the summoning place. Let's see if I remember my path too. It's been a while, and it's not marked on the map either, so it'll take a little bit. As long as I know where the sinkhole's at, or if I get to the sinkhole, I should be fine. And normally what happens is I actually traverse back from the sinkhole or the summoning place to my base. I typically don't go the other way around, so we'll see how that works. We will see how it works. We got plenty of plant fibers. We're in good shape. I think we have a good amount of heals as well. So let's just make it out there. We have water and food as well. And we're pretty much, yeah, we're looking good. We're good. We're prepared for this trek. Ironbreaker Ridge. Okay, so let's get out of here. I'll pick up a branch or two. Oh, I have plenty. Okay. I was going to say just in case I need to make another bedroll, but I shouldn't have to. We have 2. We have 2 on our person, so we're fine. And let's jump. I love that. Okay, perfect. So we're going to make our way past all these little scorpions. Going back through this way is actually a little odd for me. It's very backwards, because normally I use the map room to travel to the sinkhole, and then I go to the summoning place, and I'll typically stop by this other cave that has a bunch of good resources, and then I come back. And typically I'll come back with a thrall, and I have a very specific path in my head, but going this way, it's a little weird. I usually come this way going through the unnamed city, and I just kind of have a little path to kill as many of the bosses in the unnamed city as possible. But here I'm like retracing my steps to go back to the summoning place, which I'm like, where do I go? I'm gonna go through here. And once the music slows down, we'll cut through this little ridge here and I should be fine. What I'm looking for is the place where the bridge is at. It's a little broken piece of bridge that I'm looking for. Is this thing gonna stop following me? It's not. Let's just kill it. Good practice anyways. Man, we are weak. I'm not used to being this weak. Ouch. He's just walking away. What a jerk. Okay. So let's see. Where are we at on the map? I need to make it through here. Ooh, okay. That's what I'm talking about right here, actually. So I do need to cut through. Okay, that's fine. It's slightly different from what I thought in my head. So normally I actually cut through, I'd say, the northeastern part of the unnamed city. So, all kinds of journey steps. Because I'm going to be cutting through an area near the den, which is fine, because there's another spot that I travel from the den anyways, but it's just getting through that area is kind of weird right now. Let me see. I'm going to have to make a right up here. Okay. So we're just going to pass through this area, and then we should be back on track. Yep, okay, next to Finger Fang Rock. Perfect. Is it this way? Ooh, okay, let me see. Getting chased by all these damn creatures. Let me see here. They can probably chase me up this, can't they? So let's see. I need to go that way. Yeah, that makes sense. But that definitely is a bit disorienting. Because we're trying to make it over here. Actually, over here. So we'll keep working our way along the path. And we do have our Wheel of Pain on us too, so which is great. Toting it along with us. That's the bridge I was looking for, so now we're good. I think it's maybe like the northern or the southern aqueduct or something like that. Here come the snakes. Everything wants to kill us. There should be a scorpion around this little rock formation over here. The cobra is just coming at us. I guess he stopped. Usually they just keep chasing you. Like their aggro range. There's the scorpion. It's just insane. Alright, there's the broken bridge that we want to cross by. There's another little scorpion. There's typically a hatchling there. It's a pretty large one too. And there's a giant snake. That's just wonderful. Those things are a lot faster than they look. And you can't ever really tell if they're gaining ground on you, but they are. We got 2 scorpions, a cobra, and the elements against us. Alright, let's get out of here. This is the area that I wanted to break through. This should trigger a named area here. Forget exactly what it's called, but definitely part of the aqueducts. and then we'll be facing off with some spider creatures, giant spiders. There they are, perfect. Yay, I know where I'm at. I'm just going backwards, so it's a little confusing. Unfortunately, it's still daytime, so we're in good shape. Once we make it to the river, I think we're going to have to make a left. So we'll go straight here, and then we'll be making a left. And then we should be able to follow the river all the way across. Oh, yummy. Spiders. Alright. Am I still being pursued by a giant spider? I am not. Yep, so we're gonna go here. Make a left, come down. Okay. Whoa! What is that? An alligator. Okay. Not too concerned with the alligators. There is a giant alligator here that I never knew about. I walked into that cave just to say, what is that? It's just a really nice looking formation. I had walked past it probably 100 times. And I was like, let me just take a look what's in here. Boom. Giant alligator or crocodile came at me. It was amazing. And of course there's a legendary weapon and stuff nearby. I think I went the wrong way. Okay. No, I didn't. Okay, so this is, I was looking for this little patch here. That's usually where I walk up right there, and that's how I get my little shortcut to the unnamed city, so I can head back. Because I have a number of wheels of pain, and the one that I normally, that's what I was looking for, the dead deer. But this little patch, and then you're going to have this area right in the middle, yep, and then instead of going this way, we're going to go to the left. Normally I'd be coming from this direction, and I'd be making a right and heading right up that ridge that I'm pointing at. So yeah, we're doing well. We know where we're at. What am I doing? I just took a heal. I should not be able to heal if I have full health. You know, I think I'll be able to cut up through here actually because I'm trying to go to the summoning place. Oh my. Why are you stuttering when you move? Alright, let's get up here, because I don't know where to go next. It's just down this way? How come that doesn't seem right? I guess it does. Because there's those rock monsters there. Okay, okay. It seems right. I was just confused. We got a good old iguana or basilisk or whatever the hell it's called on us. That's always a treat. These guys are right on our tail too. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Of course! Okay, I was like, don't knock me off. Yeah, this is where I normally come up. There's a bunch of these rock creatures up here. No! Rock nose, whatevers. Perfect. Alright, cool. Now I know where I'm at. There's the sinkhole. The hell? Get off my tail, please. Now I'm looking for, yeah, that Darfari camp. Summoning places straight ahead. Look at all these creatures. That's insane. Gotta be careful not to aggro the enemies at this little camp because I just don't feel like dying right now after all that. After that trek. There you go. That's what I was trying to do. Hiya! Alright, he's dead. Those males get really aggressive. Trying to protect their little, I don't know what you call it. Not their herd, but whatever. Maybe they're just protecting the females. So let's go over here. We're going to place our Wheel of Pain right next to that Barak right there, and then we're going to place a bedroll as well. Not in that order either. Alright, so I guess here's better than anywhere, right? Just as good as anywhere. So our bedroll back home has been destroyed. That happens. Okay. Perfect. Now we need a campfire as well. A good old campfire will do. So we need 5 wood, 10 rocks. Okay. Ooh, I don't give us wood though. That's fine. Let's go ahead and tag this real quick. Got the stones here. Okay. Got branches. We can get some wood from those trees. It's going to be a real pain getting through here, but we're definitely going to kill as many as we can. And it's going to be awesome. So we're going to do that in the next stream, and then we're going to try and get our first artifact. This took quite a bit of time, but I think it was pretty decent. I mean, it was just it took a lot of work because primarily the drop rates for everything seem to have been reduced. I mean, having a hell of a time getting what we need, but in general, I mean, I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys are enjoying it as well. We were able to do quite a bit. We built a permanent base near Sepamaru. We got to the summoning place, and we got a legendary weapon as well. So again, I'm quite pleased with our progress. I think we're doing really well, and looking forward to the next stream where we'll start going and hunting down the artifacts. We'll start off with the king underneath, or the barrow kings, and then head all the way over to the witch queen as well, so we can go ahead and get her artifacts. So that'll be 2 of the major artifacts down, relatively easy to obtain as well. And then we'll pick up any of the loose ones from the broken and the jagged scourge stone pieces along the way. And I think we'll be in excellent shape. We're gonna get this. We're gonna do this. Okay, we got this. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. We're having an absolute blast. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. So today, I armed myself with an arm and a leg. Today, I obtained a legendary weapon and made a permanent base in Sepamaru. And today I streamed Conan Exiles Cannibal build playthrough for your viewing pleasure. Now what the fuck have you done lately? It's the Inhuman one signing out. I'll catch you guys next time.